It's on the come, it's not a call. I deposit, I do not withdraw. All these heads are gonna roll. Yeah. Back in my ways. Missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mine. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me, mine. Keep with a risk. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a dip. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. They try to read when I drive with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, go timeouts. Change up quick, they sign up. Tryna hear my line out. Thinking I'm come find out 1v1, you does like a wideout. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass your tryouts.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, Freeman. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Freeman. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Freeman. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Freeman. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Down the left sideline.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 38-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The Raiders at 500 hit 6-6. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Freeman. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Kamara up the middle.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down. You look at this Raiders defense.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On third down, Freeman. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their third in a row. And the question is this run come. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On second down, Jacobs. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Black blue. Black chop. Set.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 59 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw near to a 1,500-yard campaign. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw on 3rd down, Freeman. And that is incomplete.
Going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
On the double.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Blue strikers. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Off the play fake. Freeman finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trying to run for it with Jim. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 33, here's a second down and 6. Back to throw. Freeman. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Freeman. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
To throw on second down. Freeman. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4
receptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Taysom Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use the big fella. Look at the big fella go. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Smash, red, yellow, blue.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take...
Touchdown, Raiders! Michael Mayer, as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. since, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3.
And now off to the races down the right side. Ty Johnson, one man to beat, and he will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 1st down, Freeman. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Freeman lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So the fumble recovery had him set up an ideal field position where they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Throwing on first down. Freeman drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Back to throw again. There's a short. Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, they matched their opponent's pick six from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And, Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go way back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
That's complete. Right around the 8. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
They'll go with the keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. Now, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has... So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Coming left is Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Freeman. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6, mega.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody...
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Denzel Mims, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So a 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now 3rd down and 7. Back to throw. Freeman. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but they'll
this one's going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Kamara up the middle. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Looking to throw. Freeman. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's unfortunate.